Welcome back to Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier. If you have any question about my dedication in providing you with special wine experiences, I'll just tell you that when I got in my car this morning to drive to this location, my car said it was going to take 2 hours and 28 minutes. And well, fortunately, with traffic, it took 4 hours, and it will be at least 2.5 hours to get back. So uh, 6.5 hours round trip to share with you um, a very, very special place. I'm here at Ridge MonteBello, which overlooks the Silicon Valley from very high on top of a mountain. It is aptly named Montebello, beautiful mountain. This is legitimately one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. Been a lot of beautiful places in my travels with wine and otherwise. This might be it. It is certainly among the top few. It is right on top of a very beautiful mountain. You have to drive about 4.5 miles up a very, very windy road to get here. Um, First, you have to know it's here. Um, it is absolutely glorious spot. And um, David Gates, the senior vice president for vineyard management, has spent the last several hours with me touring the property and having lunch and tasting these wines. Um, we actually tasted three of the wines I tasted yesterday at Lytton Springs. We tasted them. They taste different here than they did there. Same vintage, same wine, tastes different here. I asked him in the conversation as we were touring the vineyards, do you think the magic of this place translates to magic in the wines? And he said, I'm not really a very mystical, magical person in that way, but there is something very special about this place. If you ask me to list one American winery whose wines, if I could only drink one American winery, the rest of my life, this would be it. Ridge MonteBello. They are glorious. I've been very, very, very lucky this morning to taste these wines with David Gates. The first wine we tasted was the 2021 East Bench, I'm sorry, 2021 Estate Cabernet Sauvignon, which is 84% Cabernet Sauvignon, 16% Merlot. It's a little bit like a uh, left bank Bordeaux blend. Um, One of the nice things about Ridge is they list every ingredient in the wine on the back label of the bottle, so there's no surprises. Everything's there. Um, this is obviously a very youthful wine, but it is very affordable. It retails for about $90, which is a pittance in the terms of the best Napa Valley Cabernets. It is very full-bodied. It is very dense. It is very tannic. Of course, it's very young. Say, ideally, in another 10 years, it'd be the time to open the first bottle. Um, Black fruit, really dark black currant, black raspberry, black berries, berries, lot, very tannic. Um, uh, David talked about their equivalent of garrigue, the bouquet de garrigue in the Rhone Valley. They have different plants that grow here, but those plants come through in the aroma of this wine very, very forcefully. It is powerful, masculine, dense wine, dark red, Napa Valley, not Napa Valley, California Cabernet. Um, with a long, long, long finish. This is extremely high quality wine for what in this part of the world is a very affordable bottle of wine. Then we tasted two vintages of the flagship wine here, the Montebello. We tasted the 2021 and the 2015. Both of these vintages have gotten 100 points from various publications. Well, both of them have gotten 100-point ratings from more than one publication. Both of them are magnificent. I'll talk about the 2015 first. It is 9 years old, starting to be mature, but only starting to be mature. I think ideally you should give it 5 more years before starting to open a bottle, and then it's going to last. It's going to have a 50-year lifespan. So you can drink it now through 2065 if you live that long. It is, I don't know about 100 points. 100 points, I don't know. 100 points used to mean a lot. Doesn't mean so much anymore. But if there's a wine that's 100 points, if a wine can be a 100-point wine, this is deserving of a 100-point rating. It is absolutely fabulous wine. It's 77% Cabernet Sauvignon, 11% Merlot, 7% Petit Verdot, and 5% Cabernet Franc. So even more reminiscent of a left bank Bordeaux. Relative to a left bank Bordeaux, it's more full bodied. It's more California-esque, if you want to coin a word. It's more opulent and hedonistic. It is at 9 years old, still very tannic, very huge, powerful, intense, complex, compelling. And I have to tell you, I'm going to disagree with David. I think the magic of this place very strongly is present in the magic in this wine, in these two wines, because this is a magical place. And these are magical wines. And the 2021 MonteBello, which is 64% Cabernet Sauvignon, 31% Merlot, and 5% Cabernet Franc. I'm sorry, the 5% is Petit Verdot. Um, it's uh, it's very similar to 15, only it's uh, much younger. Obviously, it is again reminiscent of a left bank Bordeaux, but more California-esque. Um, Extremely tannic. I told David I needed to see a dentist when I got home because I need to have the fillings replaced in my teeth because this wine's so tannic it feels like it pulls the fillings out of your teeth if you have any. Um, I think kind of the same thing. The first, I think this wine should be 10 years older when the first, if you bought a case, this wine should be 10 years older when you open the first bottle. And then I think it's, again, at least a 40-year wine, if not a 50-year wine. So that gets you to 2061 or 2071. And you'd have to be pretty young to still be drinking wine in 2071. Um, all three wines are very specific to this place. They taste, they could not have come from anywhere else. And all three wines, well, especially the MonteBello wines, really reflect the magic of this amazing place where the grapes are grown. This beautiful high elevation, incredibly scenic view of the valley and the mountains on the other side of the valley, and San Francisco and Oakland in the distance, and the bay. And it's just such a special place. And it comes through in these very, very special wines. This has been an incredible trip so far. It's not over. It's been an incredible trip so far, but the whole trip is worth it to have tasted these two vintages of MonteBello. They are magnificent.